You rejoin us at the British Grand Prix in Coventry. Whatever happens tonight, Mark Loram will lead the world with 2 rounds left. Already taking gate 1 is Ryan Sullivan. Martin Dugard now making his big decision, looking to see where he wants to start. He has second choice, and he has chosen to go off 3. So Martin Dugard starts from 3. That leaves Mark Loram with a choice of the blue gate or the yellow and black gate. Which gate should he go for, Sam?
Well, he looks like he's gardening right now at gate 2. Hopefully he can make a start and get over the top of Ryan, but I think that's probably his best place is 2.
Mark Loram still trying to make the choice. Looks like it's going to be 2. No, he's made it. He's gone for 2. OK, I was looking down at the time. So that means Jason Lyons has to go off the outside. There it is. There are the stats. And I've got to tell you, those 2 middle gates, as quite rightly Kelvin Tatum has already said, he's put his neck on the line a couple of times in here tonight. And quite right, judging by that. And you hadn't seen those before, had you?
No, I hadn't. No,
and the inside gate has been the lousiest gate all night long. Just hasn't worked out, has it?
Did you say it's working? It's been working a bit later towards the end of the meeting, but earlier on it wasn't so good. Well, gate 4 actually is the worst gate.
Ryan Sullivan is looking to do something off the inside. He's doing a bit of a Hans Nilsen maybe. Just sneak it round the old white line on the opening lap.
Wow, Leigh Adams did it in the consolation final,
Ryan
didn't he?
will feel quite comfortable on gate 1. I think he'll feel that he can make the start, maybe shovel everybody up and then turn back.
Greg made it, but he just didn't seem quick enough on his home track. He didn't seem fast enough, so Ryan maybe feels more confident with that.
Yeah.
Huge support here as the track announcer announces the top 4 men.
Mark Loram's got to make this count now.
He really has.
If he has an opportunity to really make a substantial lead in the World Championship
25
right here.
points are going begging here. His nearest challenger has had 14 out of tonight. He finished 6th. So
sure.
Rickardsson only got 14.
Yeah.
So therefore, Mark can grab a whole 11 points more here. And he's going to leave here leading the World Championship. Yes. Whatever he does, he can finish 4th in this race and he's going to lead the series. Yeah. We've only got 2 races left, of course, 2 more rounds
but with
left.
2 wild cards in, you know, and Ryan Sullivan not really challenging for the World Championship, this is an opportunity where he has to make this pay.
I think there's going to be a major upset in this race. I've got to say, Martin Dugard, I mean, at the beginning he was on, what was he, 16-1, the betting from Ladbrokes. It was a situation where Martin Dugard, you wouldn't have gone for it, would you?
No. But we're just fumbling alongside you.
I did, actually, yeah. I've got to say, Martin
Dugard.
You've got to have a bit of luck sometimes. I know, I always get this completely wrong. But Martin Dugard, I actually put a $5 on. Can't believe it. If he goes and wins it, I'm a rich man.
Well, hey, but... now
has there ever been a
winning bet from me? No.
Wildcard win?
Yeah. Has there ever been a British rider that's won the British Grand Prix?
No, there hasn't. Not since we've been in this system at all.
So Mark's got a lot of records to be broken here.
Mark Loram won a Grand Prix as a wild card in Sweden. So there has been a wild card, but not a British Grand Prix as in the Grand Prix series won by a British rider. So we've got 2 of them out there that could do it. We've got the Aussies versus the Brits.
I'm now sell off to Tony, your original.
Well, I think right now Ryan's up for it.
Yeah. I actually think Jason Lyons is up for it, even though he's coming off the outside.
My original man.
I think. Yeah, we'll see with Mark though. Mark was chasing already Ryan a couple times now, and he didn't have enough speed on Ryan. And Ryan's in the driver's seat here, and it seemed to take Mark about a lap before he got settled into it. So.
It's all about the start now.
As they come to the line, the big decision has been made. They've chosen their gates. Off the inside will be Ryan Sullivan. Next to him will be Mark Loram. Gate 3 in white will be Martin Dugard, the man to watch. And Jason Lyons, he was given the short straw, has to go from the outside, but he'll make the most of that. And I'm sure making the most of this last race of the night, the final for the British Grand Prix. Tony Millard, wind yourself up.
Ron Sullivan, 25 years old from Adelaide. Mark Loram, who rides, of course, for Poole, 29 years old, born in Malta. Martin Dugard, born in Worthing, 31, goes from gate 3. Jason Lyons from Mildura in Victoria, Australia, age 30. He goes from the outside. A wild card, a replacement. Jason Lyons wouldn't go of envy this. But Mark Loram we watch, but on the inside, Ron Sullivan picks it up. Dugard round the outside, Loram on the inside. The grip picked up by Jason Lyons at the back, but Dugard is now in the challenging position. On the inside pole position is Ron Sullivan. He twists, he turns, Dugard picks it up and goes all the way round the outside. A brilliant ride by Martin Dugard, but here comes Mark Loram, is in pursuit of the rider in red, Ron Sullivan, and now Loram is going round the outside, but Dugard, the wild card, is in front, and with half the race to go, Dugard leads it. Loram is trying to get on turns, Peter. What a race!
Mark Loram nearly lost it there in that fence, too much grip, but him to be holding this lead now.
Dugard goes into the final lap, the wild card. He didn't practice. He went home to sleep in his own bed last night, and now down the back straight, he looks set to take the British Grand Prix ahead of Ryan Sullivan from Australia. Mark Loram is back in third place. He'll keep it tight, but Martin Dugard is the champion. Martin Dugard wins the British Grand Prix ahead of Ryan Sullivan. A wild card allows the crowd to go wild. It may have been disappointing, the incident early on, perhaps with Chris Louis, but Martin Dugard, who didn't practice for one turn of the wheel yesterday, went down to Oxford with his mate Brent Collier to watch the young international last night, went home and came up this morning, and he has won the British Grand Prix.
Unbelievable, Tony. What a ride from Martin. He really just showed everybody the way around tonight. There's no doubt he just kept plugging away and winning from the front. Hard riding. He faced this season with a possible suspension. He didn't get suspended. He grabbed the opportunity to ride with both hands. He's having a great year for Eastbourne in the Elite League. And to come here at individual level to win against the cream of the world is just something that is so hard to take in. This lad has got so much ability at 31 years old. He hopes to be in next year's GPs as well, but on the start, there, Mark Loram, he knows he's got to get as many points from this heat as he can, but on the first turn, Ryan Sullivan pushed Martin Dugard quite wide. Now Martin has got his wheels in line very, very early. Now just look at this cutback. Just skims the back tyre there of Ryan Sullivan. Also stops the run of Mark Loram. Mark was right in the hunt all the way through. Again, the first turn, Dugard runs wide. He turns early, gets his wheels in line. A knife edge ride down the inside there. You can see he's going to go for a blast around the outside of Ryan Sullivan. Now Martin, we know he normally likes the inside. He's such a good inside rider, but the way he comes down the outside there, Ryan Sullivan looks across and there was absolutely nothing he could do.
Well, a great night for Martin Dugard, a great night for Speedway. Dugard, as a wild card, takes the Grand Prix title ahead of Ryan Sullivan. Mark Loram's 18 points, keeping him the lead, but it's still mighty tight against his rival and world champion, Tony Rickardsson. Jason Lyons, the replacement for Thomas Golob, takes fourth place and 16 Grand Prix points. They don't count in any final countdown. Mark Loram certainly do, and so too do those of Ryan Sullivan. A tremendous night, and the British Grand Prix won by a British rider. What more could we ask, PC? A youngster who's enjoyed himself. Perhaps Martin Dugard, not quite so young.
Yeah, that statement.
Martin Dugard then gets 25 points tonight ahead of Ryan Sullivan 20, Mark Loram 18, Jason Lyons 16, 15 for Leigh Adams and 14 for Tony Rickardsson, which means that Tony Rickardsson's 14 points are only 4 less than Mark Loram, and Mark Loram goes into the last 2 Grand Prix leading by 4 points ahead of the World Championship. It will all be alive in the final Grand Prix in Bydgoszcz, and that, I'm sure, is what all Speedway fans want to see. It will be alive to the final Grand Prix. Chris Louis, of course, disappointing for him tonight with 8 points, the same as Mikael Karlsson. Peter Karlsson and Todd Wiltshire, 7 apiece. Jimmy Nilsen and Stefan Dannö, the 2 Swedes, each gaining 6. Billy Hamill, a disappointing 5 points. Henrik Gustafsson, 5. Carl Stonehewer disappeared early on with 4 points, the same.